Okay.
Yeah, that's a good question.
What is the hardest part of anything? Anything you want to do newly, or anything you want to learn for the first time? What is the hardest part? Anything. It could be any skill. What is the difficulty in learning something new?
Getting started.
Okay. What else?
Letting go of what I know already.
The hardest part of any journey, any learning process, is letting go of the knowledge that you already possess. Learning is such a natural, simple, easy process. The only thing that makes learning difficult is obsession with the knowledge that you already possess. Obsession with that knowledge is what stops you from learning anything new. And spirituality, meditation is no different. As they say, if the cup is full, that's where the whole problem is. Or if you believe that if your cup is full, that is an even bigger problem. Nobody's cup is so full that they cannot accommodate a new skill, a new learning, a new journey, a new path. But if you believe that your cup is full, then you would not even make an attempt to empty the cup. So, in a way, emptying the cup is the hardest part. And if you are able to do that, then learning anything new is very easy. So, the hardest part of the spiritual path is starting from the platform of knowing. If you think that you know, if you think that you already know, then that is the biggest obstacle. Because now you have to go through an unlearning process to get to a point where you can say, I don't know. And then you begin the journey. And especially in today's day and age and time, all of us are suffering from overload of information. Too much of information, but very little sense. We have used the language to chop up the whole existence into a million pieces, and we are feeding each piece to our children, and they grow up feeding on these millions of bits of information without ever knowing the coherent whole, which is the existence. So if you pick up a child or even an adult, well, you cannot pick up an adult. If you were to have a conversation with an adult, you will know he's filled with these bits and pieces of information. He seems to know everything about something. And yet, he cannot piece all of that information together to create one coherent understanding of life. Now, this is why spirituality is even necessary. Why is it necessary? Isn't the knowledge that you possess enough for you to live happily, live blissfully? Why are people even striving towards inner peace? Should that not be a part of our daily living? Is that not the first thing we should have taken care before anything else? Because what is life? Life is about finding that certainty within you and living a blissful life, living a compassionate life, living a life filled with love, acceptance. But instead, what are we filled with? This is a very modern problem. It is a lifestyle problem. We are so obsessed with loading somebody with information, we fail to understand as to what will this information do to that person. The mind has become the dumping ground of all unresolved problems of people and the world. Because nobody pauses for a moment to think, how will this impact another individual? I mean, how often do companies or organizations sit in their boardroom meeting rooms and think about the impact their product or their marketing is going to create in the minds and hearts of people? They're asking the questions, how will this translate into a sale? But are they asking the question, are we helping mankind? Are we helping humanity? See, because we are all collectively in this. We either collectively will sail through this experience of life or will collectively sink. Because we are all bound to each other. No human being is an island. Every step of the way, we carry everybody along with us, including the nature, including existence. So, the social irresponsibility is the root cause of all individual troubles, because nobody is socially conscious, and more importantly, nobody is individual conscious. Before you create a product, before you come up with an idea, before you design something, the first question you need to ask is, how will this impact another individual? Will this make his life better or worse? And you should not just accept an answer that your mind gives. Oh, this product will be helpful, or this knowledge will be helpful. Let's include this in our school curriculum because this will be helpful. Now, how do you know? You have to spend enough time understanding things before feeding information to people. But nobody has that much time. Everybody wants quick answers, quick solutions. So, in this mad rush to offer something quickly, we are offering things that don't help people. So, when a person begins to ask this question, okay, why am I not peaceful? Why am I not happy? Why is there so much of discomfort in me? He's asking that question not through his original inner nature. He's asking that question out of the mind that has been polluted by all this information. Think about it. A child never asks this question. Have you ever seen a 5-year-old or a 6-year-old asking questions about inner peace, meditation, spirituality? It doesn't even make sense to that child. Because the original nature of the child is peace, is bliss. Although you might see a turmoil based on your thinking, the child is never in turmoil. Even when the child is in pain, there is no turmoil. It is just a momentary reaction and then it immediately forgets. But an adult cannot do this because of all the ideas that we have gathered, or rather, the ideas that have been dumped into our mind, the ideas of right and wrong, the ideas of individuality, the ideas of what is the right approach to life. Now, whose ideas are these? The greatest difficulty in spirituality is unlearning everything you've been given. We have not been taught by intelligent, awakened, aware minds. We've been taught by people who had a certain purpose, certain objective. Schooling had a certain objective. Work had a certain objective. Your marketing campaign has a certain objective. But if you start living your life thinking that these are absolute truths, then you will see your life is in chaos.